all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
Back here on the Bossman Show, friend of the show, my man, Eastern Washington Eagles head coach, Shantay Legans. What's good, brother? How you doing in Washington, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. NBA's back on. I'm watching playoffs all day. Having to do, pick up the kids' duty, make dinner, but it's all good. I'm having a good time out here. It's been going pretty good.
No doubt. Well, I know you guys is doing really great. When I talked to you in March, man, you won. y'all had won. Get some big things going on out there. Then on my birthday, March 11th, everything went crazy. So tell me, how was the experience for you guys out there in Boise there? Then everything kind of just went south on you guys, and everything went haywire. How was that for you guys?
Man, it was. You know what? For me, it was okay. I wanted to play. For my players, they followed my lead. It was one of those deals where more things were going on than what we knew. I always talk about our guys, and I live by the same way: control what you can control. And when they told us we couldn't play in our conference tournament, I said, you know what? We did everything we could. We won our conference championship during. We won the league. So that put us in a great spot. I thought that we were going to be able to play in the NCAA tournament. So I was thinking easy street. We in the big dance without even having to play these 3 games because, teams in our league, well coached, good players. I think we're a really underrated league. And I thought anybody could go up and beat anybody in our league. There's players, there's good coaches, but I felt we had one of the better teams. But at the end of the day, you got to win those 3 games. But when they came and told us, hey, our conference tournament's canceled, but you'll still be in the NCAA tournament. It was kind of bittersweet because, I knew a lot of the seniors in our league and they deserved a shot. But since we were in first place, I was thinking you should have done your stuff during that year. You should have been handling it during the year like we did. But I felt for a lot of those seniors. And then, when it came around about, 2 or 3 hours later that they were canceling everything, I said, oh man, that's a tough go. That's a tough blow for our senior because he was the MVP of the league. And, he meant a lot to our team and he did everything you've asked of him. And his dream and goal is to play the NCAA tournament. And so my heart went out to him, but very mature guy. He came to me and said, you know what, this is something we'll never forget. And the last time we've ever played, I put my jersey on when you put your suit on, we cut the nets down. And so that's something I'll remember because we did. Our last game we won. We cut the nets down at home in front of his family and friends. And, it was something special. I had, my mom passed away that same week. So it was something that, we got to play in a championship game and those types of things. And it was a great emotional filled senior night for our guys. And so it was okay because we knew what was going on. I think our guys took it pretty well and we moved on and, we didn't know this was going to happen. We just started working out last Thursday. This is the first time we've been together like that since then. And so, but besides Zoom calls and just having people just, in person, that was the first time. And it's been a minute and it was great to see him.
Now, how did you guys adjust to going from on campus to being virtual, trying to make sure that their grades are taken care of, there's classwork is done? So I know your academic advisor played a big role in helping you guys keep your grades up and keep you guys eligible through all this being at home to themselves.
Huge, man. But what we did was we put a lot on the parents. And I give the parents a lot of credit. Every Monday we have Zoom calls, every Wednesday we have Zoom calls, and every Friday we have Zoom calls. But what we did a little different than a lot is I'd have, the kids that, the freshmen, the incoming or the freshmen that were here, some of the kids that, you got to make sure you keep an eye on it when it comes to grades and you have them email. They emailed me because, I don't duty out or make anybody. I don't say, hey, you handle academics. I handle the academics. I make sure that the guys are doing right. We have a coach, Dave Riley, who makes sure the guys are in the right classes and things like that. We oversee that. We have a great academic advisor, but, I make sure the guys are doing what they're supposed to do in class. If I always felt that if head coach puts attention towards something, they're going to get it done. And so, I make sure that is. So every Monday, they would send me an update of what they had for the week with their parents on it, our academic advisors, all three coaches, myself, and they're both parents. And so what we get is we get that on Monday, and then on Friday, they tell us everything that they did. And so, we were on top of it. I'm pretty sure they hated it. I think the parents, appreciated that they were involved like they were. And our team got 3.7 GPA. I might take that moving forward, with that, because as soon as they miss something, I would just simply text the parents like, hey, they didn't get this done. Like, here's their grades. They're at a C. Like, what's going on? They need to be at, we get 3.0s. Like, our goal for each player is to have a 3.0. And, I know that sometimes school is going to be hard, but when you come to our school, when you're at Eastern, you got academics and basketball. I mean, we're a college town. There ain't that much to go do. There ain't the city to go shopping at the mall. You got to drive to all that. And so when you're here, you better get that done. And so, our track record, you look at our GPA and you look at the players when they come here, they get better. And so academics is a huge thing for myself and my staff and our program. And we make sure that we're one of the top academic teams in the Big Sky every year. And for them to get a 3.7 during a really, really difficult and scary time for athletes and just in general is a big time, especially with everything that was going on during those times. And, I appreciate the hard work they put in and now they got a little summer break. So they're excited about that. They're hoping they have class in person because they don't want to do that again. But they've done a tremendous job. And it's just hard because you can't really, tell them, like, the academics is the only thing I can really control. Like, I could say, hey, get up and go work out, but it's on them if they want to. But luckily we have a veteran team, so I'm pretty sure they did what they're supposed to do.
And how have you used this pandemic and what's been going on socially in our country to teach your young men about life? Because 2020 has been a heck of a year. We're only in mid-August now. So how have you used
Man.
this to help teach these young men about the game of life? Because this is life going forward after basketball.
Oh, it's always like that. And I've talked to them about several different things, and we always go around it. And being on the West Coast is a little different. I grew up in California, so it wasn't the same as some other people, but you still, like I told the guys, you still feel something, some kind of way. If you feel like you want to go out and use your voice to let people hear you, then go do that. If not, don't feel that you're letting anybody down. If you want to support in a different way. I always talk to them about that. I always talk to them about putting themselves in the right situations and being the man that you want to be, and understanding that, once you get done with basketball, it's a whole different ball game. I really want to, teach the guys about once you get out of college, how do you handle yourself? How do you act? Because in college, it's different. I play hoops in college, and so it's different, man. You're a big man on campus sometimes. People know you when you're in college. You're able to express yourself a little differently than when you're not, or if you're just in the real
Mm-hmm.
world. You're able to express. There's groups, there's things you can go do and talk to and be. And you're like, man, this is cool. Like, I'm not feeling what they're feeling out there. But as soon as college ends and you stop hooping, or you stop playing football, or you stop doing something, then like, sometimes you look at it a little differently. And so you gotta be able to navigate through that. And that's what, people are trying to get away from, is that type of stuff. But you still gotta navigate yourself. You still gotta handle yourself the right way. You gotta, put yourself in positions to be successful. And those are things I talk about with our guys daily. You could be the change you want to be. And, it's going to be hard, but your generation, I mean, this is the most I've ever seen since I've been around, of people, speaking out and being a part of movements and wanting change. And you're hearing a lot of different people, and I feel that they're making progress. And I feel that when you're able to do certain things and you're able to use your voice as a young person is outstanding. And to see them to be able to do that, go out there and support a cause they care about, to worry about their academics, to worry about, their athletic, and trying to get better and doing everything they're supposed to do. Doing all that stuff, you gotta commend these people, man, these young men and women who are out there working and grinding to do that. And those are the things we talked about a lot with our young men, and we make sure that they understand that, you got to be the person you want to be, and you can't let, if you don't want to do a certain thing, you don't got to. But if you want to, go do it, and do it full force. And we're really trying to help these guys once they get out of college and once they're done playing, to understand what life's going to be about.
Most definitely. And you mentioned you guys back for workouts. I know some of them probably didn't have hoops or couldn't get the workouts anybody wants while during the pandemic. So how are you approaching getting the guys back in shape? Because you don't want to get the guys to go too hard and have a knee or ankle injury that lingers all year long. So how are you kind
Yeah.
of approaching that?
Well, we do things a lot. I don't know if we do things a lot differently, but we have several workouts. We go for about 45 minutes, maybe a little less. And we really do a little different. I don't run my guys crazy, but what I do is I make them do different shooting drills with a lot of running in it. So they think they're really getting shots up, but they're really getting conditioning in, basketball conditioning, where they're having to stop and start and do a lot of different things. We have a great strength and conditioning coach and a great program here that, you can see, our players get bigger. They're in great shape. So I really leave a lot of the conditioning stuff up to them, because they do a great job. But what I like to do is get them in basketball shape. And so, like today, I had them go up and down and make 25 or make 35 threes, just running back and forth, just getting your own rebound, dribbling, going up and shooting. And we give them a time limit, and they go, I mean, that's great condition. Obviously, that's at the end of the workout, but that's something that they can do. And so I'm really good with their knees, I believe. I don't think we do a lot. There's no contact, so we're not doing too much of that. We're making sure that they understand that, I want them to know that, hey, listen, I know there's a lot going on. I'm not trying to push you and exert you. We may start our season in January. Like, today's August, what's the date? Today's August 17th. Like,
Yeah.
we good, man. I'm just glad to see y'all, man. To see you guys in person today, that made my summer. Besides hanging out with my kids all the time, besides, second to that, that's unbelievable. Being around and seeing our, it's been the longest time since I can remember that. I ain't had no basketball or something I had to go to practice or be a part of practice, practicing a practice, set up a practice. It's been a little different, but at the same time, I'm never going to forget it because of the time I've gotten to spend with the family.
I got two more for you, Coach. First
Yeah.
one is about you being a coach, period. How have you grown since you first become a head coach to now? Because I've seen you grow in wins and losses, but how do you feel like you're growing personally since you took the job originally to where you are right now?
I think I'm starting to understand, how to handle more and delegate more. When you first get the job, everything's got, you're new, if you're young, you don't know, like, obviously you got mentors, you got people who've helped you out your whole life. You've seen it happen, you've watched it happen. And so when you first do it, you jump all over it. Like, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to make sure we do this. And you wear yourself out. When I first got the job, I wasn't sleeping. I was thinking about everything. I wake up writing notes. I still do, but it's a different kind of stress now because I have guys that have really good assistant coaches. I mean, they're, everyone loves to say we're the youngest staff in America. They say that, I'm the oldest at 38. My next oldest coach is 33, 34 years old. And, I think they grind. They get after it. Like, I've been around. I played. When I was a player, I had some coaches. They ain't in the gym. They ain't going to come rebound. They ain't going to do this. They ain't going to do that. They ain't going to run around, They ain't going to have your ear like these young cats. And so what they've done is amazing, man. And so they really work. And so I have a lot of faith in them. I have a lot more faith in letting our players, if you watch us play, I let the players go and play and be creative. It's a lot to say it. When I first got it, I was saying it like, we're going to run, we're going to do this. We're going to be the fastest team. I'm going to let them dudes hoop. But then all of a sudden you get into it. You're like, hold on, let's make sure we run the right set. Let's make sure, instead of trusting your players, you know what I mean? And when you watch the NBA games, you're watching these top programs, they're playing, man. They ain't looking back at the coach trying to run a play, holding signs and all that kind of stuff. They're hooping, man. Now, defensively, you better be ready to go and know exactly what to do to stop the other team. But offensively, I've learned to let them be creative, let them play, and just more trust in who you got around you, and do a good job of, do a good job of bringing character guys who love the game, not just like it, who love the game. Assistant coaches as well, who love the game. And, when you get guys that care and love it and want to be great at it, it makes life easy. You can win with those dudes, but the most important thing is you can lose with them guys and still feel good about it. You've been around, you've heard coaches when they take L's, you've been around, they're like, man, I hate this kid, man. Gotta get rid of this one, man. God, I can't wait till the summer to start recruiting. But it ain't like that. It's more like, how are we gonna get this game? How are we gonna get them better? Not like we got to get rid of this cat. How are we going to get this guy? We brought him here. How are we going to get him better? What are we going to do to make this kid the kid that we thought he'd be? And I think we've done a great job of really looking into players' backgrounds. And when I first started, I would just take the player. Like, this guy's got game. Ooh, he's nice. And he gets here, it just doesn't work. And I feel like I've done a much better job, and our staff has, of really just saying, would this guy fit with how we coach? Because I want guys to be independent. I want them to come here and work on their game. And if you love the game, you're going to work on your game. And if you love the game, you're going to get your grades right. And so, that always helps. And then when you look at our team GPA, it's been a 3.5 cum since I've been the head coach, which is unbelievable. I like to tell my guys I got grades like that, but I didn't, but
it's guilty as Charles Samuel. I was in the twos myself.
but I said, if I'd had a coach like me, I'd have had a 3.0, you know what I mean? So, but it's one of those things where you grow and you just keep learning, you keep your sponge, and you watch how when you're young, when I first started, okay, man, this is cakewalk, baby. I got this. This is easy. But then you notice how hard it is. Like, there's some really good coaches that never have been able to have the opportunities to be a head coach. And when you do get the opportunities, sometimes it just doesn't fall in place, but they know the game. But why is that? Sometimes it's luck. Sometimes, you make your own luck, but a lot of good coaches out there that just ain't got the opportunity yet that when they do, they're going to get in and run with it. And just, you got to make sure you're ready, but you also got to make sure you have a lot of trust in people that have been mentoring you since day one. You can't forget about them cats. And I think I've done a good job of leaning on some people. And, when you're 2-9 and the whole world seems like it's about to end, and you're like, man, we about to start league and we 2-9, and my two best players are out and I don't know what to do. This is my second year. I'm like, I don't know what to do. like, man, I thought we could win with anybody, and then you turn it around and you get to the championship game. And then this year, obviously, we had all our guys stay injury free, and we were pretty good this year. And so, it comes down to, man, trust. If you don't have trust, you don't have anything. And you got to have trust with the people you're working with. That's the main thing that I believe I have learned over these last 3 years.
Last one I got for you. We talked a little bit off air about this. How's it been to be with the wife and kids over these past 5 months? How's it been for you and your wife and your kids?
Since I'm on air now, it's been great. Now, just like, man, it's something that I don't think my kids will remember, especially if things get back to normal. But it's something I'm never gonna forget. Being able to take them to school, pick them up, try to cook for them. Just be there all the time, man. Because when I was an assistant, you're always out and running, and you're recruiting, you're doing this, you're on the phone, you're on the horn all the time, 24/7, nonstop. Now you're head coach, you got all these other things, and you got these dinners you got to go to, you got all these things you got to do, and you still create time and have time with the family, but it's not rushed. It's not like you're feeling like you're missing out on something. You're missing, like, okay, I got to make this call. It's not like that. And I've learned a lot. I think I could still be this husband and dad, still by coaching and doing the same thing. I just got to be better with time management. I got to take out the stuff that doesn't really, matter. All the fluff, take that out and add the family, because the fluff, when you're right now, you're seeing it, all that stuff, all that extras, man. It ain't. I'd rather be with the family, man. And so, I've learned a bunch during this time. I'm never going to get on a Zoom clinic again. I'm out on those. I've been doing those so dang much, man. And, you pop on every Zoom, and after a while, it's like, dang, they're saying the same thing as the last man said that I already knew, that I got to wrap this around. It's a ball screen. You just go, but you're picking up some great things, and you're learning from some tremendous coaches, and you're getting to be around and hear from different coaches. And it's been great. It's been a lot of learning. I've made some great relationships with coaches that I haven't before spoken to. I've been on different kind of calls that you hear people talking, and you just hear that what they've gone through. So you're not, when you think you're the only person, you ain't the only person. And now you have different people that you never thought you can call and rely on. But being around the family and being a husband and being a dad is unbelievable, man. We go for walks, they beat me up. I get yelled at all the time. I'm not the parent that, I thought I was going to be the one that everyone loves and comes and hangs out with. I'm the parent that when they do something wrong, my wife says, do I have to call your dad? I always never thought in a million years that'd be me. Do I have to call your daddy? And they stop doing what they're doing. And so, I guess I got to take that role and let moms be the good cop, because she's got big boy pants on. She's handling everything. She's doing everything. And so it's been great being around her. And it's amazing to watch how, she's a mom, and how, it's really helped me be a better parent watching her parent, because, she works just as much as I do, if not more. But she does all that, but she doesn't do a lot of the traveling as I do. And she does all that and more, plus all the kids and the cooking and all that and this and that and picking them up. And so I'm like, man, hats off to you. Let me let's get back to this recruiting so I'm burning my fingers, cutting myself, cooking, trying to slice up some chicken. But it's been amazing, man. And I've loved being around the family, and I think it's something that, maybe college hoops needs to take like a month off every year or something to let this happen, but you just gotta be better with time management, man. I think I figured it out. That's a huge deal. And, happy family, happy everything, and most I think it's been amazing for me. And I've enjoyed it. And, I haven't missed, I missed the fellas, but I don't miss the traveling. I don't miss doing all that. I miss the fellas, and I enjoy the time with the family. And so once we get back to normal, or what we're going to see as normal is we'll find that out here soon. But it is what it's going to be, and I'm looking forward to that.
Well, Coach, if they find some time for us today, I love having the show, man. You always do a great job, and I'm proud of your success, and I hope it keeps on going, because we need brothers in the business to be doing well, and you're definitely doing well out there in the big sky, my brother.
Right back at you. Hey, I gotta get you a Laker hat. That's what I'm sending you a Laker hat so you can jump on board for these playoffs, baby. That's what you need. A Laker hat. Oh, just this year. Just this year. You can have Trae Young and them boys next year, but
I'm actually I'm for the Clippers, man. I'm a Clipper guy. No, Doc's a former Hawk, man. Doc's a former Hawk.
You said former? You said former. He left y'all. He left.
But he's still a former Hawk, man.
I can go on that roster and find a former Hawk on the Lakers. Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I feel you, though. Hey, I feel you. I haven't met a Clipper fan until 2 years ago. That's when I first started hearing about the Clippers.
Yeah, I always had Doc's back, though. Doc's a former Hawk, man. Him and Nika like boys, so I always supported Doc. He's a former Hawk, man.
You know what? Hey, I'll give you that all day. You know what? I'll give you that. Some people, at least you have a reason. Other people have a reason just because they don't like the Lakers.
Mine's about the Hawk connection. That's what mine's about, the Hawk connection.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Hey, you know what I'm telling you, though? These NBA players have been off the chain. It's been fun watching these games. These boys are playing.
Most definitely.
They're playing hard. That's what I like to see. There's not like any time they don't play hard. Maybe those 8, 9, 10 games, those are fire.
Yes,
I told all our guys watching. A lot of coaches don't like their guys watching NBA. I said, go ahead and watch all those games, man. Go ahead and do
indeed.
It.
Well, Coach, man, thank you for your time, man. You're multitasking on the show, man. I love it.
Hey, I'm going to get beat up if I don't. I got 3 people over here ready to whoop me for not cooking.
All right. Hey, man, thank you for your time, buddy. I'll talk to you real soon, brother.
Appreciate it.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today, True Speech and 313 Fresh, Family Grind ENT. Believe in it, get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
Maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.